Hey guys, Multimedia 7. It's been a while. I would have came on here and looked a little bit more proper, but I was doing my thing. Alright. I'm doing my thing. Um, God specifically told me not to like really upload any messages on Thanksgiving because the spiritual connotation. That what I was thinking about? I love preparing multiple meals. The first thing I would think about, I think the discussion between me and God started when I was cooking turkey. If you know, you know. So when you prepping the turkey, you gotta take that. What I would believe is like the spinal cord of the turkey. Not me, not me. So like I think I was taking out this. Like that's the first thing that came out. Like I don't know. Like every year I cook turkey because I'm somebody who cooks large meals every year. All right, I'm used to this. All right, I does this. Usually, if you cook turkey, if you ever cook turkey, like that spinal cord of the turkey. You gotta wait for it to thaw out. You gotta wait for the turkey to thaw out before you can even start messing with that thing. Take it out. When I say I was prepping the turkey, I'm thinking I'm about to just marinate it and then let it do its thing. And then I was gonna come back for that essential spinal cord of the turkey. When I say before I even marinated the turkey, the spinal cord was already detached. I knew then something miraculous was about to take place and happen for me. All right. I never really even thought about what that spinal cord of the turkey was. I just knew that's something a part of the meal you had to take out to prep the meal. You might be wondering why am I talking about food, Thanksgiving, all that stuff like that. I ain't uploading the video. That how easily that was done for me. Hey, what's your name? Favor? Baby Olivia, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hey, how's your day? It's going pretty good. Olivia, I'm gonna go look up. Not on no creep stuff. I'm gonna go look up your name, or unless you can tell me what your name means, because that's a very pretty name. I would love to know what Olivia. It's kind of sound like Olivia. It's just with an A. No shade. I would love to know what that name means. It is now Black Friday. All right. I don't know if it's Thanksgiving where you guys are at. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I just come to eat and prep meals. But I was talking about that. If you cook turkey, it has like that back spinal cord. You're supposed to take out, remove if you prep the turkey. If you ever prep turkey, and how it was just thawed out, easily removable, unlike any years previously before. God forbid. But I just knew something miraculous was about to happen. All right, it's like God was like, look how easy I'm having. Like, I'm thinking I have to prep the turkey. I gotta do this. I gotta do that, and like everything was just so easy. Even in regards to Thanksgiving, you go look up your name. Your name has a meaning and it has a lot to do with who you are and everything going on in your life. Side note, to Miss Olivia in the comment section. Now, it's like God was just telling me like, look how easy I'm making things for you. Like no worries. When I got into that kitchen, like usually I ain't gonna hold you. Every other year in Thanksgiving, regards to me and mine, we usually don't eat Thanksgiving till like around 6 to 9 p.m. This year I was very determined. I said I want to eat dinner at least not dinner. I want to eat my meal by at least 3 p.m. Did I finish cooking the food around 10, 9, 10 a.m.? I was so determined the day before. I was so determined the day. Let me see. I ain't tried my phone, so I can't look up your name. That would have been a wonderful segment, but not today. So Then going back to that, the back spinal cord of the turkey, right? I started thinking about it. Like I'm like, cause I never thought about it before. I'm like, oh my gosh, this part I always throw away every year in Thanksgiving. It's like the spinal cord. Does anybody know? I can't think of the top of my. I want to say sacral chakra because like the spine has to do with one of your chakras, so that's very significant for the message. I'm not for sure at the moment, but there is in your chakras that correlate to your spinal area. Whatever chakra that is very significant. I don't know if you gotta listen to the frequency of that chakra or you have to work in regards to divination that chakra. Very significant. Um, so yeah, I'm talking about. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like the spine of the. I'm sorry, I kept saying turkey. Yeah, the turkey. Yeah, that was the first part. Then I had cooked the chicken, right? And you know if you, I think it's called Spock in the chicken. You gotta take that off that back spinal cord also. And I'm just like, wow, because I never understood. Red Seas Aviation in the comments section has asked in the comment section if me Multimedia 7 can attack said person. You know what? I'm gonna do you one better. Everybody else in the comment section attack that person. Attack that person because I don't even know why somebody be act. You're supposed to be in a thankful mood. You're asking something like that. You know. So you don't say just for so just just so you don't say Multimedia 7 attack me after this man in the comment section or woman in the comment section asked. Now they commenting a whole bunch of nothing in the comment section. Talk about you attack me. Like, what is wrong with you? All right. Somebody with DL spirituality. Just so nobody's to come on this page and be like, this person attacked me. I just, for the let the record show, this person asked in the comment section to be attacked, and I didn't say I was gonna do it. I said everybody else in the comment section could do that. Now, anywho's, I was like, so when I was like making the chicken, I was like, oh my gosh, there's somebody in, I'm not gonna say in my life previously that could have been on the journey now that doesn't have a backbone when it comes to me. Daddy, this ain't Zeus. Please do not. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to give me a educated or more. I'm not even trying to be rude. I've learned to take compliments from people. Don't call me no baddie. I don't want no affiliation with the Zeus Network. The same person asking to attack them. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, God saying you are nosy for the wrong reasons. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Now I'm not about to look at. Thank this weirdo in the comment section. Red Sea Aviation. I'm not about to even look at the comments now. I might just say what I gotta say because I got a lot to say in this message. I usually write my notes in regards to this, but God was like, no, just talk about what's been going on in regards to the dream state. But before I get there, I'm talking about this symbolic. When I was cooking, I realized like somebody didn't have a backbone or somebody don't got the balls or, and it's not in the way that you think. It's not like just like this person in the comments, this foolish person in the comment section was talking about attacking me and then want to have a whole conversation. God forbid on my life. I mean, now I was like so like and mind you, I started cooking the dinner, the meal, the day before around 11 p.m. and I finished around 9 o'clock in the morning. And I even had to take a nap before cooking this meal because I was like, God, I really wanted to make this meal before 3 p.m. And even got to make the meal earlier, eat the meal earlier than expected. So, all glory be to God. I got to eat it exact for lunch, for brunch, actually. Um, which is very significant because undoing enemies, that number 12 in regards to numerology. Now, before I got to enjoy my meal, I had to go to the store to do a quick errand or so. Let me tell you something. So, like, the day of cooking the meal, before I cooked around 11 p.m., um, previously before that, early in the day, I had to go, last minute shopping, etc., etc. And there's this woman that I would see when I do my errands, and we build a good rapport for the most part in regards to e-commerce and stuff. And she was jokingly complaining to me about how she wasn't going to celebrate Thanksgiving because she was going to be at work, and that she because she couldn't celebrate Thanksgiving because she was going to be at work, she was going to be able to cook a meal, and you know she was gonna she was joking. I thought she was serious. She was joking, asking me about a plate. Now I was gonna get her a plate of food because when she was explaining to me, I'm like, dang, you not gonna be. She was gonna be at work. She's so nice. She's been so nice to me this week up until the Thanksgiving. Let me tell you how you can block your blessing. She was complaining to me. She was joking, but like, not really. She was joking about how she wanted a Thanksgiving meal. She wanted to cook everything, but she had to be at work. So I offered to give her a plate of food. And she at first she accepts, and then she was like, matter of fact, nah. She was like, because I don't want you to cook a plate for just me. Um, she was saying like she had like four other kids, along with her to that would need the food. And I told her I don't mind. I'll make all y'all plate rather than you eating out on get a home cooked meal. And she was like, oh yeah, yeah, that'd be great. So long story short, so after I cooked my food, it was around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, doing some quick errands before preparing eating the meal. It's like I didn't want to go to. I was talking to God about it. It was like I don't never want to disagree with God. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go ask that woman. It's like, you sure you don't want this meal? Because she did say she wanted the meal and she would take the meal, but she also in the same conversation joked about um ordering food instead, So like, I'm talking God, but I'm like, I want to ask her, but like, I don't like the, I don't think God was like, don't like, she blocked her blessings basically because I was so willing to do something for her, and it's like, I don't know, it's something about people and the acts of kindness that's very significant. It's like, you'll be kind to somebody, you'll be nice to somebody, and there's just some people who will not believe it, will not believe it, don't want to take the chance on it. I can understand to a certain extent on that. It's all right. It's like some people be like, it's too good to be true. I even went to go ask the woman after like going back, not going back and forth with God, but in my spirit, I was even in my spirit like, I hope she doesn't, I hope she doesn't want this food because like by the time the food was prepped, I was like, this is some good food. I don't even know if I want to share at this point. So I'm hoping that answer she was joking about stays true. So when I went there to her place of employment, she was like, no, she didn't want the food, wherever the case may be. I'm like, all right. Soon as I walked out the vicinity, I seen this guy. I see around the community and stuff like that. We don't really have much conversation, but like from the conversation we had, he's very, very good guy for the most part. He's just one of them hoodlums though. I ain't gonna hold you. So like, I be kind of like, but I'm one of the people who's like, don't judge a book by a cover. So fast forward. So he's like, where you going? What you about to do? This and the third. I'm like, I'm about to go get some extra plates for this food. He's like, food? Can I have some? This and the third. This and the third. So eager to have the food. And then, long story short, I had delivered his food to him. Now, I had to go get the plates, go back to the house to go then bring back the food. You understand? So like, on that journey back to go hand this man this food, I see an ex lover of mine. And this is what's so interesting. I haven't talked to his ex lover in years. Maybe like 3 years I haven't talked to his ex lover. Because like this guy, like I'm not even gonna get into it. All I'm gonna say is it started off good, but then the intentions got bad because I don't know if it was gender roles or insecurities or whatever the case may be. Now he was a Libra. I need y'all to know that he's a Libra. So fast forward, I see him and my spirit was like, don't speak to him. Like, do not talk to him. Because I was holding food for somebody else. So fast forward, I go give the plate to someone who's going to give the plate to the person in need. And then on my way back, now that I didn't have the food, it was just like, I could say what I got to say now. So I'm like, hey, hi. And the guy, like, you see his face all scrunched up. offended, looking upset that I even said anything to him. I was just smiling, and I was just like, I was like, that is what God wanted me to see. Because somewhere out there, while you're celebrating with your lovers and loved ones, there's somebody that could have been a part of your life, but they gotta watch from a distance and act like they don't care. Like when I was going to do that errand, I just seen so many symbolic, like I was just like narrating a whole bunch like previous friends, lovers that I no longer am in communication with, and God was like whispering like them having conversations about me on Thanksgiving Day. And it's like I was in the best mood. When I say I started at the day before 11 p.m. and then food was ready at 9:30, 10 p.m. 10 a.m. Excuse me, and I was not tired. I said that could only be God. I'm like, there's people that's working full shifts, no meal to come back home to. I was just thanking God, and then but when God was like telling me like I have this previous female friend that was not the best of cooks, but when I was friends with her, and her peoples and stuff like that, I used to always cook for them because that's one of my acts of love. And I was just God was narrating like this person like because basically like it was so interesting. I'm posting the food online, and then I'm seeing people coming out the woodworks. People I don't speak to like that. People who friends of friends of friends of these people I'm no longer in contact with. It was wild this morning. I was just like, wow. I'm like, I wouldn't even think these people were even thinking about me on such a day that you're supposed to be thankful for your lovers and loved ones. So basically, God was whispering like to me like, all right, let's say it's like holiday. You're supposed to be around your friends and family. This is people you're no longer in contact with. They're around their friends and family, etc., etc. And somehow your name comes up. And it was like because like I was cooking the meals and posting it online, and somehow people was coming to my page. Nothing but the glory of God. It's like it's like they're like it's like the person you're no longer in contact with. Their peoples is viewing your stuff, and they're like, oh my gosh, this looks so good, and it doesn't even have to be about food, but they're like, oh my gosh, this looks so good. Things are looking good for them. This and the third, like almost looking at these people like, why are you not still around this person? And ironically, God was using like this previous friend of mine that was a Virgo, and he was narrating like their peoples are saying stuff like that, and then the only thing that this previous person that you're no longer in contact with, it could be a previous friend, lover, whatever the case would be. It's like they're saying like, yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Like I might not ever with that person. I ain't gonna be that cool with that person now, but I ain't gonna hold you. That person know how to cook. That person, I ain't gonna hold you. She used to like when she did used to cook for us. It used to be really good, really tasty. Like I was just like, so it was like a little inside joke when we got. And I was just like, because it was so interesting when I was cooking the meals. It's like a whole, but while I was cooking, and we're gonna get into that moment. When I was cooking like the meal for the day, it's like all these random people that I would think, or I've known to not like me or dislike me in some sort of way. They while I was cooking the food, their names, energy just started coming up, and I was just kind of like, at first I was just, I rebuke y'all from this food. But then God was like showing me a different perspective. He was like, no, thank them, thank these people all individually. So like, it was like my ex lovers, siblings, and previous friends and stuff like that. I was just like, what is going on? But I was just thanking them because I was like one of the recipes I had was because like I seen one of my ex lovers, siblings share something online, and that became one of the most iconic recipes that I use to this day. So I was like, I'm cooking the meal instead of being like, because the energy was coming up, like I was just like, thank you for such and such, because if I didn't come across that on their page, I wouldn't have this recipe. I was just like saying, doing stuff like that, just being, instead of being like, oh, I know that person don't like me, girl. I'm just like, no, let me just be thankful in the moment, because if I didn't come in contact with a person, whether they like me or not, I wouldn't have got this awesome recipe that people love to this day. So I'm just thinking. So like, and then it's like God was just showing me throughout the day, like these same people that like were extensions of other people in your life. Like you got previous friends, previous lovers, and they got their own lovers or friends or etc. etc. And those people didn't like you. Take the message out of resume. These people didn't like you or didn't want to be around you or support you because of what your past had to say. All right, and without fully knowing you. So what happened was, history does its thing, and people get to see the real situations with their own eye eventually. So now these people are looking at your past, take that message out of resonates, and be like, "Didn't you say? Why is this not adding up?" And no, they actually seem like a good person. They look like somebody I actually want to be friends. And that's the energy that was going on for the holidays, and it was going to continue until like Christmas, going into the New Year's. Honestly. All right. Going back into, I said I was gonna go into this message. I was like, yeah, I'm hearing people's names and energies coming up while I was cooking the food. Let me tell you what's going on. Because I was like doing theory videos. I was kind of like funny, hee hee, ha ha, kind of. Excuse me. About like. I'm sorry. I took a moment to look at the comment section. I'm taking a moment to look at the comment section because I said I was gonna look at the comment section because that person was being a fool in the comment section. Ray T's aviation in the comment section started off being so rude. Then going to turn back around and ask me about legal advice. Where did I start off this minute say don't block your own blessings? You cannot treat people a certain type of way and then expect them to help you. And I probably could have gave you legal advice, but I'm not an attorney per se. But I does do counseling and I do read people contracts. Now, thank you to Olivia who said let me speak. Levi in the comment section. My favorite term right now. 6-7 justice. If you think them numbers is ordinary, you're a fool. Now, and fool could mean zodiac embodiment evolved, but we're not going into that right now. So yeah. So as I was cooking the meal, this large meal, these energies, these names is coming up that I don't particularly like. I don't kick it with. I ain't really cool with them like that. Most likely because they don't like me or they perceive that they didn't like me previously, right? That is when God let me know. Because like I was making jokes throughout the day and doing theory videos about Thanksgiving and how Thanksgiving shouldn't really be celebrated in the United States of America, and the history behind that. And then my theory video was talking correlating Christmas and Thanksgiving. It was just like a whole lot of stuff going on throughout the day. Excuse me. Your enemy got a little issue right now. Who cares? Not I. Now, God would let me know that, like, Thanksgiving, even Christmas, we ain't gonna get into that. It's like, how do I say it? It's a big day for the witch community. I'm gonna just say it like that. Because Thanksgiving is the day where all witches know that everybody collectively is using food, is doing some sort of voodoo, or etc. etc. If you know the zodiac embodiments of a turkey, if you know the zodiac embodiments of a chicken, it's like if you think about witches and when they use like these animals sacrifices, it makes a lot of sense. So like imagine collectively everybody's doing the same thing. Me honestly, in my personal bias, I don't know how a witch would use that to their benefit. That sounds like actually their downfall. Witches probably don't like Thanksgiving. Because like if witches have been cutting up animals, doing sacrifices, all this all throughout the year, and then the one day everybody collectively come together as a family, that's a whole different type of coven. There's a whole different type of quote. I don't think like if you really a witch, I don't think you would like Thanksgiving like that, unless you like your family real right. But if you real wrong, been doing some fucked up shit throughout the year, you probably wouldn't like that. Anywho, so let's get into, I guess, the channel message, but it's really more of a dream catcher message. Yeah, all right, let's make this a dream catcher message because I had two dreams within this week that was just like what WTF. So, at the beginning of this week, what day was it? I want to say like Monday, Tuesday, maybe. No. I had this dream on. I know the exact day. I had the dream on Saturday, Sunday. I want to say on Sunday, starting the week off on Sunday. I had this dream. I had a nap in the afternoon. I can't say what time. I don't really recall. But I was so mad when I woke up from the dream because it's like, so last year, because I have, before I can talk about the dream, let me talk about last year. Last year, I had a dream on Thanksgiving that I've been talking about for the longest time, and I didn't understand what the dream meant until literally before this Thanksgiving. Because I had the dream on Thanksgiving Eve, like the day before, and I'm gonna say without context, too much context. Basically, I had an ex, like before I had the dream, I had an ex lover that for whatever reason they didn't want to talk to me, and like somebody even tried to start up some stuff on Thanksgiving. Why would you? Why would you be thinking about me while you cooking your food or eating your food and you don't, I mean, and knowing that I would probably do, I would like symbolically, I'd probably be doing the same thing. Neither here nor there. One moment. Because this is one type of attack that somebody always try to do when I start speaking truth and things start making sense. They'll try to send this one attack to my back, where it's like a unholy birthmark or something like that. Like, and it always clears up every time. They always do it at these significant moments. And I'm only speaking it now because the only way you can stop somebody from doing something is make everybody aware. The more people who's aware to the scenario, even if it's happening to you, the more likely it is for that person to stop. Spiritual law, legal law. Anywho's, so basically, so last year Thanksgiving, I like basically I went to go, like I shouldn't have, but I was snooping to see what my ex was doing. Only because I'm one of the people, like if I really genuinely cared about you, at one point in time, obviously I would still care about you to a certain extent. I don't look at that ex lover's page no more, but I only looked at the person page because like I no longer date said person, and then my sibling gonna come to me and say, yeah, your ex invited me to Friendsgiving or something like that. And I was so offended because it was like, not to be rude or anything, like, it's like, why are you still talking to that man? If you know I'm not talking to that person, or this person not talking to me, why are you still talking to my ex lover? It was very, very weird. Not to throw my sibling under the bus or anything like that, but I just knew it, like, I know her personality, so it was just like, all right, whatever. But the ex, I knew that the ex was doing it to like try to get under my skin, and it's like, why would I be mad that you want to be friends with my sibling? It just shows you trying, like you're not over the scenario, whatever the case may be. So it was just like whatever. But it did make, because of the how I perceived the partnership previously, it did make me sad. But I was just like, you know what, I got better things to look forward to, so I let it go. Took a nap after seeing the Friendsgiving that he was hosting that my sibling never attended, by the way. You said that person is from guilt, yes. That ex lover, it feels guilt, so they're trying to just redirect the guilt, project it back to you. So like this is what certain people will do. Like they know they'll be wrong in a scenario, and they'll try to like do all these weird maneuvers to make you feel bad and make you feel sad. That's basically narcissism. That's basically projection. So that you could share a little bit of that guilt, if not take on the whole guilt yourself, knowing you're not wrong the whole time. It's a psychological tactic that does not work with me. I'm not gonna hold you. So long story short, I had this dream right after that, and it looked like a Friendsgiving scenario. And long story short, when I woke up from the dream, unexplainable. Like the dream didn't have no sad connotation. Mind you, I was just in the dream, viewing everything. Like, all right, all right, all right, all right. When I woke up, was very emotional. Was very emotional, and I knew the emotions wasn't coming from me. And I knew it had to be a water sign embodiment, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Um, that was projecting on me for something sad or bad to happen, and I'm just like, can you imagine being emotional about something you do not care about? Can you imagine being like a second intuitive, being an empath, etc., etc.? I'm not saying I'm an empath because them days go over. That's like beginning stages. I refuse. Like just being emotionally in tune to certain things spiritually. It's just like I'm being emotional about something I don't care about. That's gonna make me mad. And then it's not gonna make me sad. It's gonna make me mad because like why are you projecting something like that to me? So now this year, the Sunday starting off the week. What day was that? Let's see. Let's see. The 23rd. On the 23rd during the afternoon, I had a dream. During the dream, it's either the 23rd or the 22nd or 23rd. One of those days, Saturday, Sunday. It might have been that 22nd. Anyways, I'm about to narrate to you what the dream was. Like when I tell you this dream made me so mad. Yeah, did you like somebody like it's like God is supposed to be that medium in the dream state to show you not necessarily the past, but you're supposed to see the future in your dreams. All right. So if you ever find yourself in the dream state and you're seeing past events, the only reason you should see past events in your dream is if you're trying to narrate what's going on in the future. You know how people go into history books and like, if you look back in history, this and that happened, and this is the reason why this is not now happening now. You know what I'm saying? That's the only other correlation you should have in the past. If you're in a dream and you're in the past, and it's like it's that good feeling that make you want to stay in the past. That is not a good dream for you overall. That is the enemy trying to attack you, keep you in the past. God forbid, not me. If you didn't learn nothing else in the dream besides you want to relive the past, that is not a good dream. God forbid, not me. So, knowing that, so in the dream, I'm gonna narrate what it was. Now, it looked like, all right, I saw two different families in my dream. Well, maybe three. I saw three different families in my dream. All right, the first part of the dream, I would say more had to do with and these are like families that I'm not technically related to. If you're from the Caribbean, you know people say auntie, uncle, cousin, brother, sister, and you don't even be related to them. All right, it's just like a formality if you grew up with them in adolescence and stuff like that. So basically, basically, I see my the first thing I see is my childhood my childhood cousins. Now, if we in the dream, I don't know. Throughout the whole dream, there's like this. It was so interesting. It's like the dream was happening, and then within the dream there was visions of what was actually happening. It was like a lot. So it was like something about like travel, Sagittarius embodiment, traveling, going somewhere. It's like in between the dream, even with all the different people in there, it's like this connotation about traveling somewhere, a group event, um, like planning for it actually, rather than traveling in the dream. It was like, make sure you have your luggage, make sure you get the hotel accommodations, make sure you like it, like stuff like that. So that was happening throughout the dream, like in visions and stuff like that, and everybody was excited for this trip. It's excited for this trip, most definitely, and that really correlated. So I'm just all right, safe journey off. Now, the first part of the dream, I see my cousin, but like, they're usually a big family. Like I'm not talking about weight. I'm talking about like in quantity. They have a lot of family members, but I only saw two family people in the family in the dream. I saw their eldest son. I'm not gonna. I saw their eldest son whose name is because I did a certain prayer throughout the week. So like backstory, before I had the dream, few days before that, before this dream, a few days before that, God revealed to me something randomly and asked me to pray for their family on the eldest son behalf. This is somebody I haven't spoken to in a while now. This is somebody I kind of feel some type of way about, but not like in a malicious way, just because of my own personal reason. Because all I'm gonna say is this: like, this person could have had good intent for me, right? But while trying to have good intent for me, like everybody's human, when I was going through shit and I was trying to express about the things I was going through, you know, sometimes when you tell people what you got going on, this is previously, this is not happening now. I was basically telling the person previously a few years ago when I was going through some hard times, like God forbid on my life, not me. It's like it was almost unbelievable. Like, oh, you're not going through that. Oh, like it can't be that bad. Oh, like, stuff like that. So like I kind of distanced myself from that person because it was just like I don't need that energy around me. It's still love you Jesus much, you know, but from a distance. So when God was like pray for this person, it's not that I didn't want to pray for them. Like I started praying, like you know, but it was just like, like why do you want me to pray? Why the person can't pray? And then like God was explaining to me why I had to pray for the person, and this is gonna make sense as I narrate this dream. So like in the dream, I saw the eldest son, whose name is a light because like the while I was praying, not necessarily that prayer, but I had other prayers I was doing. Archangel Michael had came into like because I was talking to my spiritual guides and whatnot. And I had to apologize to Archangel Michael because I was like, all right, who on the spiritual team? I was like, you know, how, like Avengers, I was like 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh! Like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh! I don't know if y'all heard that trend. It's not funny. Like in context, it's not funny, but just the song itself is very funny. Like, not the context of the video, what was going on, the song, because everybody been doing this. The sound they use the sound for like a trending video, and it'd be like 1, 2, 3, release them. So like now I'm thinking about the Archangel Michael thing. It was like 1, 2, 3, release them. Like you know what I'm saying? Because Archangel Michael, he was like, I don't know if he had that Thanksgiving meal, but he he is full, he is energized, he's ready to do his duties. All right, yup. So I was praying this prayer for like my relative is not my relative, and because God was explaining that the only reason I'm not the only reason, but the main reason why I was doing the prayer is because somebody in his family had did something to somebody in my family, and God was showing breaking it down to me how exactly they did it, and I also know that that person and that person's family member, out of the family members, this person's family, his relatives, also did something fucked up to them too. So it was like basically praying for it was like a 2-in-1 prayer, like a 2-for-1 special. All right. So then, not 2 days later, I have this dream. The first thing I see is the eldest son I was praying for, and then one of his female siblings. Now, not to be rude, but I have to narrate how the dream was shown to me. That female sibling is not the youngest, all right? I also know that there's a certain placement in that person's birth chart that would try to make this eldest son go against that female. And because of the zodiac embodiments of that person, that would essentially, you know, not be good for that female relative in their family, and also not be good for everybody else, all right? So I don't know if this person ever gonna see his message or however so, but you don't know the power of your own words sometimes and how it affects the people around you. So please be mindful, and this is a message for everybody. Please be mindful about how you speak to people you care about and you supposedly love. Because you can just say one thing and then God forbid something happens to somebody and then you're just wondering why because you said something. Anyways, because I don't want to dwell so much on that. So yeah, I seen these two people in the family. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. It's a mulatto family. But the only two depictions of their family unit that they wanted to show me in the dream was the lighter, fair skin complexion people. And I thought that was weird. Because, like, where's everybody else? Now, no shade, not to be rude, funny, or anything like that. Those, out of the family, out of the siblings of them, those are my two faves. those are my two favorite people. Not to be rude, not to say like I mean, those are my two favorite people out their family. I ain't gonna hold you because the eldest son he's very spiritually in tune for the most part, and then so was the sister sibling I seen there. So Virgo Gemini very significant. So in the dream starts off it's like a church setting. Virgo, big V, and it's like I don't know if we was at church and everybody was like supposed to be praying or we were supposed to receive prayers or something like that. And I had a I never was told what the prayer was in the dream, but I had a what I was let know in the dream. I had a very important prayer that needed to be answered. And that younger female sibling, the Gemini, went to go get like the man of God. I guess was supposed to pray for everybody. It was like, she's lying, she's lying. Don't pray for her. Nah. Excuse me. And then the man of God in the dream was like, oh, you did such and such told me you did this. I can't believe you. I'm not gonna pray for you. I say, you must do this prayer. You must do this prayer. No, I didn't even try to rebuke like all the whole she's lying scenario stuff like that because it was like, girl, like where the fuck did you try to come from just now? Like don't even try to block my blessing because that would essentially block yours. So I was like, I ain't even trying to hear that. I don't even see that bitch. Like you know what I'm saying? Not talking about my cousin in real life, but I'm just saying symbolically whoever. Because I know this dream wasn't necessarily them, and we're gonna get to that in a moment. So I'm just like, man, Johnson, I can't see you. Like, I'm like, man of God, like, you gonna do this prayer. And then the man of God had later came around, was like, and then turned around and told the Gemini woman, like, oh no, you're lying. Why did you just, like, it wasn't even like why did you just lie on this person so they couldn't get their prayers? It was like, you lied. All right, let me go and do this prayer for you. I'm like, I bet. We're gonna circle back into these character types in a second. So the second part of the dream, yo, I don't know who it is that got skin problems, yo. Stop watching my content, yo, because if the skin problems you got going on is gonna get worse. God forbid on my life, not me. Because like it's like somebody with eczema, somebody who got like bad skin problems because they into voodoo, and they wishing negativity on people. They don't got no business wishing negativity on. They got something right here on the left side of their nose. If you ever want to know who it is, that because I'm going to continue exposing my enemies. I don't know what you think this is. I would literally have nothing to talk about my enemies or send any negativity to any enemy if you don't stop. If you just would stop being in my energy and looking at my shit and stuff like that, I wouldn't pick your energy up in the readings. Anyways. So the second part of the dream comes. I see my other foreigner relatives that not my relatives, you know. Same vice versa with the other one. But this time it was only the two male cousins, alright? When I tell you the other, and it's so interesting because like all coming full circle after having this dream, because like I did a prayer after this dream, and basically, like, let me just summarize it real quick. So basically, I see my cousins. It's like we was by like this large park. We wasn't in the park. We was like nearby it, and we was all together. It looked like it was nighttime in that dream. Like it was daytime in the other dream. It was nighttime in the dream with my other cousins in this part of the dream. Two males. One is a Sagittarius. One is a Virgo. So it was like nighttime at the dream. We're gonna rebuke any natural disaster. Alright, I understand. Alright, I understand because I was praying about something else the other day, but I'm not gonna get into it in this message. Anyway. So I'm gonna tell you this. Alright, I'm gonna tell you the joke. I ain't gonna tell you the joke in full, but like it might be to some an ill mannered joke, but it's really not. So basically, I've known for a while there's a particular person or persons that been trying to like send spiritual attacks, and Me and God just be laughing at this person. At this point, we just be laughing at them because, like, no shade. The origin, I'm not gonna say where they're from, but the origin country that they're from, even if they live in America, the origin country that they're from, that they probably be contacting people on WhatsApp to practitioners to do spell work. That same country that they're from, or trying to contact somebody to do spell work or divination attacks on people. That country literally had natural disasters multiple times out the year, not just in hurricane season. So I was just like, so with me and God would just have like an inner joke, like an inside joke about this. I'm like, yo, man. I'm like, now what? Like God, like not God forbid, but like, imagine somebody trying to spiritually attack you. WhatsApp contact a practitioner in another country, and the same moment they try to contact the practitioner, is a natural disaster happening where that practitioner at, and that practitioner died. Like that would be, yo. You know how funny that? You know how funny? I mean, it's dark sense of humor, but you know how funny that'd be. Like instantaneously, like no message back. You want the person wondering, did the spell work? That person never even got to do it because, like, hello, are you there? Are you there? Go fly over there and find out. God forbid God forbid to me and mine, to my people who actually genuinely care about me. You know what I'm saying? Safe journey. Now, how about to say? So like yeah, so in the dream I seen like we were supposed to go somewhere. This was part about where I seen the vision at, where it's like travel plans, was very excited to go somewhere, etc. etc. I'm gonna pause the dream right there real quick. Why having you know what it's like to have a dream that seemed good? It is good. Like God, you know God trying to give you a message, but then there's somebody that's trying to do in this inception on the dream simultaneously, so you don't see the good thing about to happen, and but you can already see the thing what they're trying to hide in the dream from you because it's your dream. It's just like me and God this week we've been laughing at our enemies. Like we've been laughing. Like the other day, for the first time ever, somebody did a joke in my dream. And I was laughing in the dream, and then when I woke up from the dream, I was still laughing because like it was so funny. Like I had a dream the other day, and somebody had it was like this woman, Aquarius embodiment, some sort of celebrity, and if you know, you know, I just did like a channel message or HS message and a Terraland message within like the same week or 2 weeks or so. And it was like this person had came to me, we went up the stairs, and you know stairs is symbolic of justice, Libra, and the person was with me in agreement with me because I had like literally before I had the joke, because the particular person I did that Terrorland message on, I was like, because I found out that person is related to somebody who goes to the messages. So I found the person related to somebody. I'm just like, I hope this person hasn't been saying I'm the reason or been trying to send their relative my way and make it seem like I'm the one wishing bad on that person, because I really don't. This is somebody I have prayed for in the year of 2014, and then like looked up to before the fact. I ain't gonna say right now I can't look up to that person. I already told God why I can't look up to that person and what would have to happen for me for that person to be a role model again, but to each his own. So like in the dream, the celebrity, the Aquarius embodiment came up the stairs. It was like, whoever find that tarot reader, and as she was like that tarot reader, like the woman, like I don't know if she was like I've been talking about this particular tarot reader that be trying to astral project to people home, to each his own. So we came up the stairs. The Aquarius was like embodiment celebrity householder was like, whoever found that tarot reader. It's like at the same moment she was saying, whoever found that tarot reader, she was pulling the cards. She was pulling the cards. She's like, who found that tarot reader? She was like, oh, like it's like in motion of pulling a tarot card. She was like, oh. So whoever found that tarot reader, I'm gonna give y'all like yo, she said something. I was just laughing. It was so funny. But now back to the dream. I figured out the correlation between the two families in my dream, that I'm not technically related to, but I've known since adolescence, is that there's a common theme between both the families. Not to tell their business to anybody, but if it comes to my dream state, I gotta talk about it. So the two correlations from the dream that I realized from the two families was that something in regards to their father figures leaving the responsibility of being a father and a spouse. It's very selfishly. And that was the main reason why I had to do a prayer. Because you're not going to put the, like, it's one thing if you do your fatherly role, you be an actual parent until the day you die. And then there's another thing where you just completely abandon all responsibilities of being a father and a spouse, and you let the children and the wife fend for themselves. That is very, very selfish, and is very, very, very much a crime. Not only in the physical, but in the spiritual. Now, I don't have that issue. You know what I'm saying? So for back to back in the dream, that scenario to be shown to me twice, I'm like, all right, somebody's trying to project me and not having a father figure and something happening to, my family dynamic where we would have to suffer or something like that. And I rebuked it instantly. God forbid, not me. Now, this projection can be coming from somebody who lost their parents, wasn't thankful enough for their parents. I even was having dreams a few weeks ago. It was so funny. Not a few weeks ago, maybe like within the last 2 weeks. I kept seeing my previous friend, the Sagittarius, and it's like, I'm like, God forbid I ever be used as an example in a channel message and for the wrong reasons. And it's just like, I guess this is just a previous friend of my destiny. Because like at first I was getting mad that I keep using this person that I used to be friends with as examples for like almost every reading. But then I'm like, dang, that person really not no shade. That person really don't got nothing to live for. So it was like God was like saying like because of that exact reason, this is why you're using this person for channel message, because this story has to be told from that perspective of being the enemy towards you. I'm like, dang. God forbid my life that the only value in my life is to be interpreted and channel messages as what not to do. Anywho's. So, I was about to say something very... ignorant. Yo, I really work with Olivia in the comment section because she is funny. Like, she is funny. Like, Rexy's aviation comment section like just like went from being rude to asking for legal help, then asking like, do you have friends? Olivia in the comment section like, bro, yes, she has friends. Like, it's not Rexy's aviation. I'll tell you that. That's not my friend. It's the real party you cannot get in. Oh my gosh. Not me. Not me. Like, alright. Yeah, I still got my plate to the side of me. Multimedia 7 has a song said, what I say in my song? I'm like, you already know what it is. Miss GTV only. Let's get your funds up. No, what? No, not that part. I was like, you already know who it is. I don't know. I said, after me get put on a plate, nigga. I was on one day. I was on one that day. Like, nothing but the Holy Spirit that day, because that's funny. That's funny. Anywho's. So, let's get back into the Dreamcatcher message. Now, this is where the person who projected negativity completely have fucked up. This is where the person in the dream had completely fucked up. I would not have made the correlation to the dream to even knowing there was negative intent, because the dream wasn't negative at all. It was negative at all because God was showing me the dream, the good things to come. But somebody was trying to intercept in the dream, so I didn't see the good stuff. This is where the enemy fucked up. And the third part of the dream, I was seen leaving my family's home in another continent. Violation. 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 Because it's just like, bitch, I don't live over there. Like, I may be African. I live in America. Born in America, very American, Caucasianish. I know what my name, even my African name is Caucasian. All right, I'm still Nigerian, but I'm very Caucasian. I don't care what you see on this skin color. I don't. I don't. So, anyways, and you could say that's weird or racist or colorist. No, genetically, I'm very Caucasian. I'm just Nigerian in front of that shit. Anywho, that's why I don't even know why people even be trying to bother me. Ooh, excuse me, not me. That is an instant back to me. Anyways, this is where this enemy fucked up. I'm gonna tell you. So I see my family home back home on another continent. I'm like, I'm alright. Now, the direction I was going to, so like, I had like I spoke about this with you guys a few times. I don't feel no type of way to talk about it. So like, there's when I was young, the reason, all right, I don't eat goat meat. I don't eat goat meat. I don't like. That's not to say I would never eat goat meat, but I don't eat goat meat because like the trauma response from when I was younger. Like that don't mean just because it was scared me or frightened me when I was younger doesn't mean I'm afraid to eat goat now. I'm just saying it's not my preferable meat choice because when I was younger, we went to the animal farm. We picked out the animals. It was my first experience with animals being slaughtered, mind you. And I'm thinking we was taking it home for a pet. They chopped that goat head off in front of me, and and then tried to feed me the goat the next day. Yeah, my digestive system was not correlating with that. Like it was just like no. Like I ain't like I saw them dissect that whole goat, like take the poop out and everything. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Like so I think it was yeah, it was a lot going on. So in the dream, that same place where they slaughtered the goat at is near um my family is very fortunate enough to have their own cemetery. All I'm gonna say is that. I truly don't know why people like like messing with me like with the lineage I have. I just be like, dang. I know for a fact when people go to practitioners against me, them practitioners be saying, I don't think you want to do that. I know for a fact they be saying that. I don't think you want to do that. And the people who still go ahead and do it, I just be like, those are some people who don't got nothing left for. I promise you. And then they soon surely find out. Now, I already knew when I seen the house on a different continent that my family owned that it was some fucked up shit going on. I was like, this person done completely fucked up. Um, because like, yes, I live in America. Yes, I still am who I am. Yes, God still blessing me as I'm in America. But you took me back home to somewhere I would be more indigenous to more spiritual strength and agility. I was like, this enemy has truly, truly fucked up. Now, where that go was sacrificed in my adolescence and given to me to consume, I saw the place had changed to a different location. I'm not going to tell you where. But basically, in that same area, I saw a giant white stork. Do you guys know what a stork is? A stork is that metaphorical symbology. Excuse me. Somebody having basic complications, not me. A stork is symbolic of fertility. So stork is that symbolic of that story, that big bird that brings the baby. Now, I'm not gonna tell you because the area had changed in that dream. I just know that was the location. Now, mind you, that's why I told you about the goat story because it's like sacrifice. So it could be somebody who calls themselves the goat that was doing this. All right, they wanted to do some sort of sacrificial death spell or something like that. They could have even went to try to use graveyard magic. Now, why for them? Now, mm, so fast forward, that same area in the dream switched to another location. I'm not going to tell you the location, but what I'm going to tell you is, if you ever want to, you can go all the way to my first video. You're not going to see nothing. It's certain videos that's not even anyway. The where I started American Heritage Society, where I started being Multimedia 7, the exact location showed in the dream is where that stork was at. But it was like a parallel message to over there in that area. So I'm like, so fertility can mean, obviously like in regards to childbirth, having children, not being barren. But because it was shown where I started this career, where I'm able to narrate this dream for y'all now, fertility can also be in regards to not only new life in regards of childbearing, but business. So somebody was trying to attack business and fertility, because the stork, instead of like standing up, the stork was still being tall, but staying put. And that back to center went back, because I had to do what I do. I ain't playing with nobody. I don't care who you is. I think people fail to realize that about me too. Like, if it's me or you, I'm always gonna choose myself. If it's my family or your family, I'm always gonna choose my family. Whatever that is to me. I don't think people realize that. It's like people will befriend you in any type of connotation and think you're supposed to give your life to them. I ain't never said I was Jesus. I'm not dying for millions of people. I'm not playing with nobody. Like I've said this so many times. No disrespect to Jesus, but I'm like, God forbid on my life. Like, I'm nobody's Jesus. I'm not doing that for nobody. I don't know why people even think they be so egotistical to think that you would lay down and die for them to live. God forbid on my life. Not me. So yeah, there's that. So that Baptist in the wind. So as soon as the Baptist in the went back into the African home. My family's home and stuff like that. I went in there, and as soon as I went in there, I was inside some sort of room. Now, there were two men in this room. In the room, I didn't recognize neither one of the men. But one of the men's energy, even though I could not, I could see both the men's faces in the dream, right? I didn't know who them people was, all right? But somebody's energetic code, somebody's energy allowed me to know like if there was teams, if I was to choose sides, I know one person in the scenario. And God told me to help one of the men in the room that was there. Now, context to the room that I was in that home. In a different continent. Those two men was fighting to the death. Fighting to the death. That's how it was narrated. Fighting to the death. Like, the way I seen it, the guy that I was supposed to help, he was like, there was like a table. And like, the guy he was attacking, his back was to the table. And then he was on top of him. And like, trying to fight him to the death. Like, hold him down, pin him down to the table. What that sound like? It sound like a sacrifice. And although the person I knew was holding him down, it seemed like he was like had more of advantage, was more winning the fight. He still needed a little bit more help because, like, it seemed like in regards to strength, he had more strength, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he was gonna get tired out or something. Did somebody try to tire him out? I don't know what was going on. But God told me in the dream, you cannot interfere with these two men fighting over whatever they fighting about, but you can give the person you're supposed to help tools in order to help them win this fight. I didn't say no more. There was this big ass flower vase. Big flower vase. I took the flower vase, put him over there. It was like 2 or 3 things in the room. I just pushed him close to his closer to where he was fighting this man at, and I just got up out of there. I was like, all right, I'm not here, here you go, you can smash this on this man's head. I don't know what you're gonna do with this vase, but like here, I'm like, here you go, this and that. I'm just putting stuff over there, and I'm like, and I skedaddled. I got about that room because God told me I can't help interfere, and likely so. I'm a female. Like, what I look like? I'm sorry. You ever seen two grown men fight? That's one of the most scariest ever. All right, you don't like. That's not. I don't even know how people even like regards to gender fighting because it's just like because anything could happen. God forbid on my life, and it's just like God forbid negativity on my life. You know. Mm. Anywho's. Nah, I'm gonna open this so y'all can see this shit. Do some crazy shit right now. Nah. I get out the room. So I get out the room. It's like it was weird. It was like I don't know if somebody was shape shifting, shadow shifting. I know what it is now. I'm not gonna say it, but I know what it is now. And it's like this shadow figure had like when I went out the room, there was like this wooden bed. You know, like how like you have a wooden bed frame before you put the actual bed in it. It was like a wooden bed frame. It was an actual bed. It was bed and linens on it and stuff like that. It was an actual wooden bed frame, and the shape shifting dark energy had went underneath the bed. Scorpio embodiment, of course. My Scorpio placement like that. I ain't playing with nobody. Anywho, so that's all I'm gonna say. That's why I don't know why people be trying to like it's alright if you don't like me, you know, to each his own, but like trying to wish against me like in any negative context, that is not good. That is not good for your life. Now, so I seen that happen. Just as I seen that, I am somebody who has never physically met any of my grandparents. They had passed away before I got the chance to meet them. All right, full face, recognizable. I saw my grandma in the dream, and she was holding something. I don't know if it was like a plate or a dish or something or a bag. I don't know what she was holding. She was holding something, and she came into the scene of the dream, and I'm like, grandma, like. That's when I knew. I was like, yo, this enemy playing too many fucking games. I don't know. Maybe somebody who knew my grandmother sees a lot of my grandmother in me, and I only hope that's good things because, bitch. Anywho, no shade to grandma, but I'm just saying I would hope it'd be good things. I ain't never meet him, so I can't have my own, personal bias on it really. But like, see my grandma in there, and she's like, this was after I had like gave the person the tools to defeat the other guy in the room. Mind you, this was a family home. So like channel message within channel message, like you might have like sibling rivalry going on with the males in your family. And then there's a mama figure that got a favorite or something. Or favor somebody more. Because when I came out that room after putting that vase next to that man, was like, yeah, do what you gotta do. As soon as I came out the room, I see my grandmother, and I'm like, grandma? She was like, mm-hmm. Like, grandpa, like, yo, I'm the like, you would think she would have been like, don't do that. She was like, mm-hmm. She's like, you chose right. I'm like, all right, grandma, you like real recognized girl. You talking about, all right. And that was it. That was the dream. I was just like, oh my gosh. I was just like, yo. So I did pray in regards to that. Now let me tell you about the dream I had yesterday. I woke up from the dream around 9 o'clock. So something about you giving a gift, you receiving a gift, or your spiritual gifts overall, or your physical gifts, talents, skills, etc., etc. This is the correlation with the dream. Now I'm about to talk about. Woo! The angelic realm is present. Woo! Yup. So so the dream starts off. I'm in a large home. This is America now. All right. The dream starts off. I'm in a large home, and let's say out of that large home, we're like near like the upstairs, upper level, attic of the of this vicinity of the home. Now, what was made known to me, this was one interesting. I know who the person is now, but I'm gonna just narrate it for you guys because y'all might have your own scenarios. So, in this attic, this upper level floor of the home, the house in the dream, cause I can't give too much information about this person. All right, so all I'm gonna say is this lover. So this is here we go with the romance. So it's like the way the person was narrated to me in the dream, because the person in real life don't look like this person, but hey, in the dream the person was shown as like very attractive, very popular. This is how people perceive this person. Very attractive. So this is somebody you previously dated. This is an ex-lover. This is where like, I was saying in the course of your dream, it was like somebody wants you to relive the past, and it's like if your past don't necessarily got anything to do with your future, it's like for what? So anywho's anywho's so people's perspective of your ex-lover. Very attractive, very popular, more popular than attractive. All right. When I say I was with this person in the dream for a very long time, what it seems like we was dating, relationship. This person very attentive to me, very much like doing what they're supposed to do for the most part. God was like, no. I'm just saying, in the dream, that's what it's supposed to look like. But what was very significant that people perceive the person to be very popular. And it's like, this could be the person, how they view themselves, or how they want to be seen as. This person was just being so nice to me in the dream. I'm supposed to be dating them. And the whole time, I'm listening to them talk. Like, I'm listening to the person talk to me, be very attentive to me, be attractive, and all I hear is womp, 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 womp. Like, I can't even tell you what the person said. Like, in the dream, I'm just like, all right, supposed to be attractive. All right, people think you popular. All right, I'm just like, all right, like I'm like, why am I here? Why am I here in the dream with this particular person? Why? Like the whole time, but I wasn't saying none of that. I was just in the dream, like, what's going on? Like I'm like I was literally bored. I was literally bored in that person's presence. That is so bored. And like I like certain boring stuff. I like certain boring people. But the way I was just bored with this one person, I was just like, and like they supposedly had all the attributes for me not to be bored. That's the most ironic thing. Or so they perceive. So now this is where the dream gets if you ever heard that I'm telling you, one of my favorite trending videos right now, where they play that Beyonce Jealous song in the background, and then like don't judge because that could be you, and then the people be like, nah, why would I like? So in the dream, I'm supposedly with this lover that I'm bored with, that's supposed to be attractive and very, 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 very popular. Two men come inside that home premises, and you would think they wasn't my friends. They was the lover's friend in the dream. So unbeknownst to me, in the dream, this lover and his people. So because remember I said this lover was very, very, very popular. So I don't know if they had like a group, a cult, or whatever was going on, but they had like some premeditated plan to like unalive somebody or harm somebody. Like, and I didn't know nothing about it. And instead of talking to my lover who was orchestrating the whole thing, I can assume these two men gonna come into the home where me and the lover that I was bored with in the dream, gonna come to me, not my lover, and be like, yeah, do us a favor. Can you go to such and such and go see this person over there right now? Because we trying to see So, mind you, I don't know who they talking about. I didn't know they had this pre-notion, premeditated plan to unalive somebody or harm them. So I'm like, can you give me more information? Can you clarify? Can you give me more information who this person is that you want me to be, that want me, a female, you two grown men, coming to me to ask y'all to help to go look, be the lookout. Who is this person that you want me to go see if they in the surrounding area that three men in the room in the dream could not get up physically and go do? So I'm like, who is this person? Who is this person? So the person started describing the person. The way they, I don't know what they said in the dream. All I know is I had the notion of this is a very dangerous person. If the person even was to see me eyeing them a certain type of way, like I was about to set them up, this person would have tried to harm me. I'm like, are y'all out your mind? Why would you? If you're scared to go, like, if 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 2 to 3 men were scared to go to eat, like they would, let alone they would premeditating unliving or harming somebody, another man. Tell me how it resonate for you, and they gonna come to you as a female, be like, oh yeah, can you go be the lookout? Because us grown men are scared of this one person, but you know you're a female, you might be able to walk by him or something, and we don't really know if he will harm you. We don't really know if him bisexual like that. Yeah, excuse my language. It's just like I'm like, yo, the level of offense, like, so this could correlate to like there's something in regards like men causing their own issues, not all men, but certain men causing their own issues, and then trying to put a woman to the forefront to solve their issue. But the woman that they will put to the forefront to solve their issue can potentially get hurt in the process. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me, dog. Like, what? I was so offended. Like, why would you? Like, Why would I do something that you as grown men are scared of? If it was one man that was afraid, it would have been one thing. I might have been like, alright. I might have been like, alright. But 3 men in the room and then y'all all collectively scared of one person? Oh nah, you you got that one. Go handle your handle. Then the second part of the dream, like the enemy is just so foolish, yo. So foolish. Excuse me. Send all that negativity back to my enemies. Now, like I was saying, you see how I ain't put no. You see how I cannot put no name to it. All I gotta say is enemy, and then they don't want me to even say that. If you're an enemy to me, you gon' get got. I already said Archangel Michael's on his way. Anywho, so second part of the dream, I see a particular love interest, right? Now, I knew immediately in the dream. So mind you, I had love interest I was bored with, and we was in the like upper level attic of a home. Now, in this new narration dream, the dream switched over to another dream. I'm with another love interest, and we're at the lower level of a home, like first floor, basement, etc., etc. You know how stairs work, right? So by me going up the stairs into that love interest, so like whoever the first love interest was, right? So imagine how it resonates. You're gaining justice in regards to a relationship of some sort that you became bored with, and then the only type of excitement that happened within that relationship or partnership, that person tried to put you in harm's way, and you said no. I'm not putting myself in danger to be with somebody I don't even particularly necessarily like. I'm leaving. Then now this second love interest. All right, I'm gonna use the example of that previous Sagittarius friend once more. Before I stopped being friends with her, she introduced me previously to them pimple pads. Them pimple pads and stuff like that you put on your face. They have decorative kinds and all types of stuff, right? She had a star one on her face before I stopped being friends with her. And I'm gonna rebuke every acne and send that shit the fuck back. Fuck you talking about. Now, in the dream, my love interest had this star pimple patch on their face. I'm like, yo, y'all need to sit the fuck down somewhere 6 feet because I'm not playing with y'all. Like, it's like, how can I be dreaming about my love interest and then whole time it's not my love interest? It's really a bitch or a nigga, excuse me, a female or a man that I don't care to even talk to no more. I'm like, God, you gotta stop letting them do this shit because like I told y'all there's certain embodiments in zodiacs that prominent people will have where they can do shape shift in the dream. Aquarius, Leo, one of them. So sometimes, God forbid, but sometimes you can dream. This is why you really need to know your partner because if you're in the dream state and you can't tell whether somebody's mimicking your partner or not, that's a problem. Not for me, not me. So like in the dream, I saw my love interest, and this is how I knew this was that. Like, I see my love interest had the pimple patch on the on the right side of their face. Now, before I get into that, so this man was surrounded by a whole bunch of females. It was like females were coming left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right, trying to entertain this man, and he was popping, talking mad shit about all these females to their face, behind their back, wherever the female people just talking shit. All right. Which led me to believe this could not be my man. I'm like, I mean, I ain't gonna say he not have the ability to talk shit, but like to the way he was talking shit, I'm like, dang, what they do to you, you know? But honestly, me and God had a great laugh about the dream because I knew it wasn't my partner; it was somebody else. First and foremost, your love interest could have because I don't want to put this person on blast. Your love interest could have a relative. Like you might if you ever met this relative and your love interest at the same time, or you seen them be introduced to other people in certain scenarios. This person relative goes around and be like, yeah, we're brothers, we're like twins, we look alike, don't we? Whole time they could look similar, but they look nothing alike. They look nothing alike. And I'm using this example because what God was showing me from the dream is that your love interest might have a relative that has insecurities about their looks, and they feel as though their relative look better than them. And this doesn't just have to be for men. This can be for women also. You might have a sibling, or God forbid, in my life, that is insecure because of your beauty, because they feel as though you might be prettier or more beautiful than them. And vice versa for men, they might think I don't know, but what was shown in the dream is the face, and it was a man. Your love, I can't make this up. Your love interest. I'm seeing somebody going right now. So your love interest as a woman, your love interest as a man, has a male relative that's insecure about their appearance because they feel as though their relative is more handsome than them. I cannot make this up. So they could be trying to evil eye your love interest. We rebuke. Back on the sender. It's just not going on. And then I had another inside joke with God in regards to what we talked about in the beginning of this message, in regards to Thanksgiving. Now, remember I was saying your love interest was popping it, talking shit about all these females. So your real love interest, the person you're supposed to be with, knows exactly who they want to be with. Alright? They know you're the person for them, etc., etc. Howsoever, that's not going to stop these Pizza Hut bitches for parading around pretending, thinking that they're the chosen one. And they not. So me and God was having an inside joke about what the possible reason, because I never got the connotation in the dream why this man was going off on these females like this and talking so much shit about that. Then God was telling me it's Thanksgiving. I'm like, oh, because the inside joke with me and God after I had a dream, he was talking to me about it. He was saying like, basically, like you got love interest if you, particularly if you know how to cook, especially you know how to cook. Your love interest know that you know how to cook like some very well seasoned meals. This man is just scrolling through his timeline, his For You page, seeing people and they unconditioned plates, and just like my love interest would never. You could never throw down in the kitchen like like my love interest. Like, oh my gosh, I was just like, God, you got an interesting sense of humor. But that's the Dreamcatcher message. I hope you enjoyed. All right. Oh my gosh, y'all been commenting. I just haven't been reading. Weedy Son in the comment section is asking, "How do I believe in God and you're cursing?" I promise you, if I open the Bible, I could probably find some narration of Jesus trying to curse somebody. I ain't trying to be funny. And then, please do not come with no negativity to my page. You should have read the fine print in the description. Weedy, you're dead wrong. Now, the other person trying to tell me shut up and beans, and that's exactly why they're not able to speak or put a profile picture. Now, let me read their name. YDJII in the comment section tried to tell me shut up and then wrote beans. That is not your life. Nothing but beans. You will not be able to purchase no other food. Kylan Ortiz, J6U. You peep the name, peep the letters in these names. By the way, it said try to call themselves a noob. They not that person not getting better because they're a bozo and perceive themselves as easy. All right, YDJII says I'm not a normal person. Of course not. I'm extraordinary. We're not reading Kylan Ortiz messages because they're a dimwit. Kylan wants me to quit streaming, but yet cannot quit commenting on other people's lives and put on an actual picture of themselves in that profile picture. Congratulations, you're a dimwit. Lakers Nation 9183 said this. I don't know who, if they're talking to YDJII or Caitlin Ortiz, but they say you not on nothing, little bro. And they spell love like LUH. Take that message how it resonates. Then the account on YouTube named Early Onset Dementia actually has dementia. And could possibly be gay because they're trying to figure out if I'm a guy or a girl, and that would just correlate to you probably F on trannies. And that's your business, not mine. Early onset dementia says they have really bad flatulence that not getting better, basically because they be getting penetrated by anal. There's an actual African movie about that. It was this person named there was this person named Early Onset Dementia off channel on YouTube platform. They went into prostitution and they kept getting anal, and then they got a and that Early Onset Dementia channel on YouTube. You know, then couldn't. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that channel I just mentioned, Early Onset Dementia channel on YouTube, in the comment section, kept getting anal so much that they're to the point where their poops were just like were just doing the do without command, and that person died in a hospital. It and then psych spy dude said they seen the movie. Stay tuned. Let's see. Let's see how Early Onset Dementia channel on YouTube platform is going to be able to keep writing these hate crime of comments when their bowel movements are just moving on its own. All right, stay tuned. Next time we'll find out because it's not me.